everyone, everything is different now. Take a look at this. I can do this. I can do this. Can that one see me? No. Excellent. Welcome to the Top Drive Show. Now we're doing things a little bit differently this time around. As you can see, everything's changed. We've got microphones on our persons and we're doing our regular Q&A. We're bringing in some new content, which means that the frequency of the Q&A might change, but keep commenting on this video because that's where we're going to pick our Q&A questions from. You should know the rules by now. Go ahead in the comments section and leave your question. If you see a question someone else has left you like the look of, make sure to give it a like because we look at the most liked comments first. We're going to start with our 3 honourable mention questions. So well done to all of you. Sadly, no prize this time, but we're going to answer your questions. This one comes from Piotr Wilk, who asks, could you make a friendly tournament creator when you could choose tracks, RQ limits and other variables and race with friends like in challenges? That sounds like a big thing, right?
Even more advanced version of the regular request for friend matchups.
Yeah.
Wow. Because, I mean, I've just been made aware of this whole thing in Pokemon Go where you can fight each other, and now people are organising whole tournaments based on this structure.
Like with their own rules.
Putting their own rules in. There's like rules, and this is what everybody needs to do, which is, amazing. And there's just not an easy way to do that. Like the answer has always been, we want to do something that benefits the majority of the game, and playing a thing against your friends is something that would only work for a few people. So we'd want to do something in a way that would work for everyone.
Yeah,
it's not clear what that is.
It's not. I think it's. I don't know. I feel like there's almost like needs to be a new list, which is which is called the grand idea list or something. Yeah. But for like there, because it's that thing that people. There is something quite compelling about people. So people building up car collections and then battling friends. Across kind of if somebody's more into the track stuff, they do that. If they're more into the off-road stuff, they do that and things like that. So definitely, I do love the idea about in the future there is a Top Drives, whether it's part of Top Drives or it probably is part of Top Drives that allows people to more emergent game modes would be nice.
One day.
So I feel like excellent idea for a future.
Yeah. Okay. Right, thank you very much. And next question, getting an honourable mention, comes from Sky Bintang with, will there be a hard mode version of the campaign? So, for instance, the same campaign but against more upgraded cars and more difficult opponents.
Right. Well, it could be.
Yeah.
That's an idea. That's what other games like this often do.
Yes.
They do have a hard
like
one
the New Game
up.
Plus idea.
Yeah, and I think I can't remember which episode it was, but I think it's definitely been mentioned. It's definitely been raised that additional campaign gameplay is pretty much at the top of the requested.
Yeah, that's right. It keeps coming up.
list.
We're always saying no, it's quite hard, you can't do it, and people are like, but we really want it.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, we probably have to figure out a way to do it.
So it is, I'm not giving anything away by saying it's definitely been looked at by the team. And I think as part of that, as part of any additional campaign, I think it would obviously need to be put in a way that it was a suitable challenge for people who are already through the existing campaign.
Yeah.
So it suggests a higher level of upgraded cars and also actually maybe even a greater variety of cars that are required for it. Yeah. So probably watch this space.
Okay. Last honourable mention comes from Mr. Legit with the question, if there were to be another Austin series kind of thing with the Volkswagen Type 2 buses maybe, and if that, how will it go? Can we have them a bit closer to each other's challenges?
Oh, right.
So I guess there have been a couple of questions about, the Austin series. In fact, there's one coming up later on as well.
Yeah, all right. So we'll just seg into that right now.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, so what we said so far is like, stay tuned for season 2, right?
Yeah.
That was season 1. Well, we didn't call it that at the time, but it's like, yes, this was a good idea. We should do it again. Let's call it a season. Right. Okay. So here's the high-level version of it. We'll reveal more details over time. But the idea is to take everything that was great about it and keep that, and everything that people found a bit weird, change, and hopefully make something that people like even more. It was an awesome thing to do over the course of a whole year, collect these cars and then get this legendary car at the end. The people who did it is amazing. The people who like missed an Austin, they're like, oh no, I've got to get every single other one, and then they just about managed. Brilliant. And then everybody who didn't get 5, they're like, oh, hang on, what was this? I didn't even know, or I couldn't even get. It was impossible for me to ever get them. Yep. And there were plenty of carbon fibres and slots that they could win along the way. But at the end of the day, seeing a bunch of people get a legendary and you don't is quite sad. And it's like there's always going to be more things. It's like you can't begrudge somebody their day 500 daily reward when you're only on the day 10 because you're going to get there. But it's not as obvious with a challenge series that, no, there's going to be another thing. So, addressing all of these things in Season 2. First of all, there'll be one challenge a month instead of every 2 months. Whoa. Because 2 months is too long. And then here's the interesting bit. 3 months will make an arc. 3 arcs will make a season. Right? Okay, so the season's going to be 9 months instead of 12. Or sort of 11, it technically worked out as. And then keep your eyes on the prize. You need to win 2 out of the 3 in each arc to qualify for the one at the end of the 3. And here's the complicated part that we will get into when we reveal the details. Right? If you get 2 out of the 3 in this arc and 2 out of the 3 in this arc, then you get 3 in this one, you can get the prize at the end. And that's true for every arc going forward. Right, in a rolling manner. Do you get it? This is complicated. So you screw up on Season 2, Arc 1, you only get 1, or you get none. And you're like, oh no. But now you can get 2 of the next one, and the next one, and then the 3rd arc then, you're always 3 arcs away from being able to get it. You see, it solves all these problems while creating new ones, and it's a bit complicated.
I'm just going to play as hard as I can.
That's right. Just win the things. Just try to win all the things.
Just play it. Yeah. And also, I think we should probably put in a request for a nice infographic around this.
Somehow visualize it.
That's right. Love a good infographic.
We can share that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. So wonderful. There's plans.
And again, kind of bringing some of the maybe sort of lesser powered cars that don't get their time in the spotlight up to the surface, or.
Yeah. That's right. It's not necessarily the Type 2s for sure. That's still actually being discussed right now.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of things we do with, common prize cars, or we can do. But something like that, for sure.
Cool.
There you go.
Right. Before we move on to the Top Drive's top 5 questions, just going to show you a cool little video that we got sent in from these guys called NoobGamerzLive. They got their Top Drives t-shirts and were kind enough to send us what you're looking at right now. Fantastic people. We're actually supporting them for a short series on their weekly live streams on Sundays. Go and check that out. You should be able to find links to it from our social channels and in the description. Now we're going to do the Top Drive's top 5 questions. So if your question gets answered in this section of questions, congrats. You've picked up a carbon fibre pack, so well done. And since we were talking about the Austin series, the first one I'm going to do is from Simon, who asks, for those who managed to collect 5 Austins, but missed the first Austin Sprite, could we get another chance to get them through a weekend challenge after the MobyD challenge? It'd be great to have the complete set. Yep. Thank you for an exciting challenge.
Okay, well, that's nice. I mean, so we talked a few episodes back about, like, maybe when they're done, they could stop being prize cars because they don't need to anymore.
Right.
Yeah. That's one version of it, but maybe that's a little bit sad. Yeah. And you're like, oh, but they're Austins, they were special. I collected them and now anybody can have them. Maybe you don't want that. So there's like, you could do a rerun. Currently, we only have the functionality to do a rerun as an event. So there would be like the top 10% or whatever would win it. And if you already have one, you can't enter it. And that doesn't feel quite right for the Austins because you got them through challenges. It feels like you'd want that same thing for a challenge. If you already have it, you, I guess, get a different challenge or something. And if you don't have it, then, you get to do the challenge. Maybe even just literally the one it was before again. And maybe now you can beat it. That would be nice. We don't have that functionality. Currently, we're looking into it. I don't think we're about to declassify prize cars anytime soon.
Okay.
So that could be the way it goes.
All right. Well, thank you, Simon. Well done on your carbon fibre pack. The next pack goes to Leonardo Suarez, who asks, it's been a while since we saw Ishka and Ellie. How are they? Have any new pets joined the office? It's actually 2 questions in one. Firstly, yes, we've got some more doggies wandering around. We have to tease them onto the sofa at some point in the near future for you. But Ishka and Ellie are fine. And the game question, can we have an option to order our cars based on owned days? So like when you got them. Sometimes it's hard to find our new cars.
Oh, that would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you just find your oldest one. Like I had to rummage around for a while to find that, and then just like all these ones I've acquired recently. Which ones am I caring about? That would be quite a quick way to get them.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah.
We're going to write that down.
Good. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So thank you, Leonardo. Next carbon fibre pack winning question from Mitchell Keane, who asks, can we have another way to save progress other than Facebook?
Oh.
So you can you just not log in?
Well,
Does that work?
yeah, no, but it doesn't. If you switch devices or something bad happens, you're going to be in trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, well, there's this thing right on the edge right now, right? That there's an Apple login or something.
Yeah, there's Apple have talked about an Apple ID feature coming. That will be another option.
Yeah.
But that's I think still to be confirmed for sure. It's one of these funny areas. It sounds so simple, I think, in some ways, and I think when save systems are implemented well, it's all quite seamless. But behind the scenes they do have an incredible number of knock-on effects, and it's surprisingly easy for say easy. I don't want to like the game to get not the game to get confused, but to manage multiple login methods.
Yeah.
It is
to handle it in such a way that no matter what somebody does, they log into this and then they do it, and they switch device and then they do into that one and they do this. That it doesn't go wrong. And
ensuring that it really is your most up to date progress that is the one that's saved, and we're not overwriting anything, things like that. So, in a way, we like the idea about keeping it simple, but you know, I have to admit, not everybody's on Facebook. It's not, you know, some people just would prefer a different method.
Yeah.
I think at the moment we are going to be waiting to see what happens with the Apple ID idea, and if that has to go in, then it's that idea that we're going to have multiple methods then, and maybe maybe we kind of expand it further. But I think it's a little bit of kind of wait and see at the moment.
Okay. Next question, winning a carbon fibre pack, comes from Yashwant Dasari, who asks, can there be more levels based on ride height? Because apart from the motocross track, there's no use for a high ride height car with performance tyres. Maybe some levels with jumps or deeper water to wade through.
Yeah.
It's an excellent point. Yeah, I don't. Again, I think I've probably mentioned this in previous episodes, and not to sort of, I don't know, lift the curtain too much on the development side of things. But I definitely, it does feel like ride height in general could do with a pass. I think we would quite like to give it a pass. It's a little bit binary at the moment in that if you've got a high car, you can get over things and you're unaffected by speed bumps, and then if you've got a medium and low car, you are impacted.
Well, the mediums are hardly impacted.
Oh, is it? Sorry. Sorry, medium and high, we're not really.
And it feels like there should be a distinction.
And I think we could do. I think more granularity in the system would be really good fun. It would add quite a lot to the game. I think if we were going to do more with ride height, as in more challenges that use it in interesting ways, I would want to make sure that we do that pass first and bring in more granularity to the system.
When you say granularity, do you mean more different levels of ground clearance, or treating them more?
Definitely treating them more differently.
Right,
so all cars are affected, and it's just the higher cars are affected less than medium and low.
Yeah.
But possibly going up to 5. I know. This is definitely something we've discussed before, that the data available for ground clearance seems to be just about the most unreliable data that is going around.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't ever want. Yeah, I think maybe going to more divisions is just going to be too much.
Right. But on the other hand, if there's more divisions but there's more granularity between them, then it wouldn't matter as much, right? If you're low and you should be medium, the difference is massive. Whereas if you were sort of lowish medium or highish low, and the difference is small, then it doesn't matter as much that maybe technically it should have been the one above.
I feel like we should maybe have to crowdsource this. We should produce a branded Top Drive's ground clearance stick measuring device and just send it out to people.
Send it to everybody.
Right.
So
just measure every car you see.
Yeah.
And
stick
text
this thing
us.
under it.
Great. Okay. We'll get right onto that then, shall we? Yeah. Okay. Our final carbon fibre winning question comes from TSAP, who asks, when buying tickets, can we choose how many we buy? As this will increase efficiency, we might not always need 5. Thanks.
Oh.
It's quite
Yeah.
interesting. No, it's, I think it's one of those things where we've just always been like, you just...
I don't know. I mean, most buying tickets happens at the end of an event. And at the end of the event, you are in a hurry.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want another screen in the way. You'd be like, how many tickets are you going to buy? Oh, this many. Oh, I've got to service all my cars now.
Imagine if you buy just like, you know, a couple too few, and you're like, oh, I've got to go again.
Yeah.
Back around
And then
flow.
would there be a discount for more?
Oh.
And then, I don't. Sounds a little bit complicated on a rarely used system. It's not very much. It's pretty cheap in terms of gold. I don't know. I always keep 300 gold in my back pocket just for the end, just in case I need to push it through a bit. Some people do more than that.
There you go. It's a
But
nice little tip. Okay. Right, well, thank you, everybody who has left questions. Absolutely tons of questions this time around. 225 comments to sift through. So thank you so much for all the love. We really like going through all of these questions. And, we'll be doing this again pretty soon. So make sure to leave your questions. We'll go through them next time.